The last 10 minutes. Yeah, that was supposed to be started a long time ago. But so you said question was how to build your audience, right? Your fan base?
Yeah.
Okay. So the number one thing that we do in terms of that, the first thing that I would recommend to and say is personal branding, right? So personal branding. And when it comes into personal branding, there's first things that we like to look at. Um, we do everything in threes, right? So there's in terms of personal branding, mind, body, spirit. The spirit is your space. What space do you want to be in? What space do you want to resonate? What space do you want to occupy in people's mind, in people's lives, right? How are you creating a connection through the emotion and through your words about that space, right? And that's what you're doing, and that energy and that space that you're creating that resonance to is how people are going to gravitate to you, right? Personal branding is a very powerful thing when you understand what you want to cultivate and how you want to appear, right,
Right.
to your audience, and that's the step that takes the most effort because most people don't understand, like most people don't want to spend the time to know to know or express who they really are. No one really wants to kind of do that, kind of be that, kind of show that little bit of vulnerability.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And that's what the personal brand does.
Yeah.
But that's how you break through, right? Is what people don't understand. You can't be too cool. You know what I'm saying? In a sense that you
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
too cool. So it's knowing when to have that cool, that's okay. But you can't be too cool to get into certain doors and certain rooms and certain opportunities. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be a little bit well spoken. Sometimes you can't be swearing and cussing and like there's a time and a place for certain things, and there's just an understanding that you can't be too cool, and you are a business, you're a brand, you're not just a rapper, you're a
Yeah.
business. You know what I'm saying? You're a brand. So when you understand that you're a brand, okay, what do you want to sell to your audience? Or what are you selling to your audience as a company? Your music. Okay, so why are they listening to your music? How do they gravitate towards you? How are you making them gravitate towards you? Just like how Nike is planning on their next shoe drop. How are they going to plan this sale to target this audience, right?
Right.
So just like look at music as your product and look at your fans as your audience, as the
Okay.
buyers, right? So how are you going to sell them this music when they already have other music to buy and to consume? And that's
Yeah.
where your brand stands out over here in its own little blue ocean because you have a brand, you have an image, and you have a way of conducting yourself, right? It's what you want to uphold. Your brand is also an extension of who you are, right? So that's why there's a lot that we build around music. We don't just build around the music, but we focus on content, we focus on branding, we focus on image, we focus on certain things that your audience is going to pick up that resonate and correspond directly to you.
Okay. 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 All right. So, how did you first figure or find out about me?
Find out about just like the industry or like what I know now.
No, like, how did you find out? Like, how did you figure out a way to like reach out to me? Like, what made you reach out
Oh,
to me?
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so how we do our outreach is that we look for people that have came across the account, is consistently engaging with the account, who may look to who may resonate, and we look to see who the creatives are. We do scout certain profiles, and things of that nature, see what's on there, see what's not. If you're private, it's kind of tough. But depending on how long you've been following, if you're a follower or if you're someone who hasn't followed but engaged for a long time, then we may reach out to you at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, because of the content that we do, we know a lot of the people who are engaging are creatives in a sense. So it's important for us to reach out to you guys and let you know that we are here to support. A lot of this stuff that we do, it's for y'all more than it is for us. Like it took us a long
Yeah.
time. It took us a long time to learn what we know now, years, to even conduct a program like we have now to where you guys can learn it in 6 months, right? It took me since 2021 to cultivate and shape a program that can help you guys fully. Um, Now, we've been doing this since 2024. So that's 3 to 4 years of worth of knowledge and information that's gathered and studied,
Yeah,
um,
yeah,
and
that's a lot.
right, and formulated and put together, right, et cetera. And then beyond the edge, beyond the business education and the business industry, we utilize our 6 to 7 year education of being us astrologers. We actually do predictions and calculations based upon your life chart and your birth
Yeah,
chart. So we do a lot of predictions based upon the energies that you have in your own life and how to make things easier for you in terms of your creative process. And we utilize that
okay. Okay.
through the knowledge of astrology.
And that is a part of the program, right?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Oh, so
And that these are things that people out there do not have to offer. Like this is something that we stand out by. We take pride in what we do because a lot of people can't do what we do.
yeah, so you would say this is more of like a spiritual journey rather than a
Yes,
physical
yes,
journey.
100%.
Okay.
It definitely starts off very spiritual. I think throughout the program, it's a very spiritual transformation, but we do a lot of physical, a lot of action oriented things as well. Like I give a lot of my students and clients homework to do, things to fill out, questions to go over, things to note about your personal brand, right? We give you guys music tools. We show you guys editing. Some of the people who come through they get a distribution deal. So, we're doing music, we're doing cover arts. You're getting your song mixed and mastered from our studio.
Yeah,
We're really hands-on. So of course it's very spiritual, but we're very correspondingly physical with it too. We want to make sure we're
yeah,
actually executing.
yeah, yeah, for real, for real, for real. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Next question. What's the biggest mistake you've seen rising artists like make once they like get
Yes.
signed off?
Great question. Our biggest mistake, definitely the lack of work ethic. They get signed and they fall off, or they think that that's the end, or they think that the label can now carry them the rest of the way. Um, I would disagree. I would disagree. When you get signed, that is the beginning, and that is the time for you to go the hardest. Um,
Yeah,
you
real,
know what I'm
for real.
saying? Right. You have the tools at your side, at your availability with the label, and people who don't utilize the tools is what I see is the biggest mistake for sure.
Like I don't get why they just fall off after they get the biggest deals of their life, you know?
Yep. Yeah, a lot of them get paid and they get payouts and then the money kind
Yeah,
of they don't have
yeah,
the spiritual strength to even uphold the money. You see what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
So
for
like
real.
they can't correspondingly even save. It doesn't make sense to them mentally. It's why I've seen even in businesses, I've seen people who've made 100K and lost it in a month. It's just they're not the person who they need to become to hold that money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
for
they
real,
may
for real.
make it, but they can't maintain it.
So, what's one thing about the industry most artists don't understand until it's too late?
Mm. That the music and the marketing, it goes hand in hand. A lot
Yeah,
of times, either one is too focused on the music, or either one's too focused on the marketing and not doing enough of the music. You got to do a lot of the music. The music matters. The music does matter.
yeah.
But with your personal branding, that's where I mean marketing matters too. You have to know what you're putting out and who you are, how you're standing out from the rest.
All right. So that so what do labels like look for in new artists?
Yep. And we got 1 minute on here, so this may be one or two more questions, but let's see. Label what we look for in artists is definitely work ethic and motion. We see what you guys have beforehand to see if we can add on, right? Because you guys are look at us as a business. If we're signing you guys, it has to be it's a partial investment. So therefore we have to be confident enough that we can make back what we're investing in, which is you, the artist, right?
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real, for real. You said one more question?
Yep. About
All
30
right, so
seconds.
how do you like see me in the industry right now? Like I don't know if you've seen my shit, but
Right. That's a good question, but it is early. I would have to see a few things from you, ask for a few things in terms of your branding, what you got going on. Do you have a YouTube page? Do you have any music out currently? What's that looking like? Right? And then I would evaluate that and go from there.
all right. So how do I stay in contact with you specifically though?
Keep this email